Hello. On this edition of the program, we'll show you how you can use MARC Train as a means of travel for the holidays. The annual Metro Train Garden is coming to a Metro subway station near you, and we've got a special visit from Santa right here. I'm Vern Hartsock. Welcome to Commuter Connections. There's so much in our region to see and do during the holidays. Whether you're in Baltimore looking to travel to our nation's capital for a little holiday cheer, or in D.C. looking for fun and charm city, the MARC train service is a convenient means of travel to the best of both cities. Joining us with information on MARC rail travel for the holidays is MARC Assistant Chief Transportation Officer Dave Johnson. Dave, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So, where does MARC train service operate to and from each weekday?
Okay, we have three lines. We have our Brunswick line, which operates from West Virginia through Frederick County and Montgomery County into Union Station, Washington. Then we also have our Penn line, which operates from Perryville south to Baltimore, then continuing on to Washington. And we have our Camden line, which runs from Camden Yard Station down to Union Station in Washington.
What does it cost to ride the Penn, Camden, and Brunswick lines?
Okay. Our fares vary based on distance traveled. Our lowest fare is $4 one way, and our highest fare is $11. So anywhere in between there, depending on how long your trip is.
What's the weekday ridership on the three lines? Our
ridership is growing. We just got some new numbers recently, and we've set a new ridership record of roughly 36,000 passengers a day. Most of those are on the Penn line. That's our heaviest ridership line, but we've also seen increases on the Brunswick and Camden line as well.
Do we know who rides MARC on the weekdays?
We have a diverse ridership. Definitely federal government employees are among the more prevalent riders. Of course, Washington, D.C., government jobs and such. We also have a number of folks in the private sector that ride. Weekday ridership is primarily commuters going to and from work, although our service from Washington to the BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport is very popular with travelers. A convenient way to get from Washington to the airport, $6 one way, and it's much cheaper than a cab or any other way, and we get you there quickly.
When we had you on a little while back, MARC weekend service had just started. How has that addition to MARC been working?
It has been beyond our wildest expectations in terms of ridership. We're averaging nearly 6,000 to 7,000 passengers a weekend. The trains are full. The passengers are really enjoying the service. It's very popular with leisure travelers. We don't have many commuters on the weekend, although there are some. It's primarily folks traveling either from Baltimore to Washington or from Washington to Baltimore and all intermediate points. For leisure travel. We have a number of special events. We've had the Preakness, we've had the Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, we've had Artscape here in Baltimore. All have been very well represented on the MARC weekend service.
Do all of the MARC lines operate on the weekend, or just one?
No, just the Penn line. We operate service between Washington and Baltimore, limited service continuing on to Martin State Airport. The Camden and Brunswick lines do not operate on the weekend.
What is the cost of the MARC weekend service?
The weekend service is the same fares as the weekday service. Again, the lowest fare being $4, the highest fare on the weekends, Washington Martin Airport being $8.
What time does the MARC weekend service begin, and what time does it operate until?
The first train is southbound out of Baltimore at 7 in the morning. We operate 9 round trips during the day on Saturday, and the last departure from Washington is 10:35 p.m. in the evening. On Sunday, we get a little later start. We start around 9:30. Out of Baltimore, and the last train out of Washington is 7:30 in the evening.
With the holidays approaching, MARC is perhaps the best way to enjoy the holiday season. Speak to some of the ways that folks in both D.C. and Baltimore might make use of MARC during the holidays.
Well, there's a lot of uses for MARC on the holidays. We have the National Christmas Tree in Washington, which is near the Capitol building, the lighting ceremony for that, or if you just want to go visit it, there's also the White House Christmas tree that you can visit as well. Union Station is fully decorated for the holidays. It's just a beautiful, beautiful facility. That's worth a trip in of itself. There's also a lot of different holiday events in Washington and Baltimore. The Kennedy Center in Washington, Also events up here in Baltimore for people from Washington to come visit. So it's a great way to beat the traffic, have a green method of transportation. We take the MTA's Go Green initiative very seriously, and the MARC train is a green alternative to driving or using other forms of transportation that aren't as environmentally friendly.
Dave, I understand that there's a new addition to MARC's service that's for folks who ride bicycles. Could you tell us about that?
Yes, there is. We will shortly be rolling out our bike car. This is a car for people to bring their bicycles on the train, full-size, non-folding bicycles. Currently, our service restricts bicycles to those that fold or collapse due to space constraints. What we're doing is we're taking one of our older single-level rail cars, retrofitting it with bike racks and tie-downs for safety, and there'll also be seats in the car where the folks that have the bicycles can sit right next to them. Initially, this will be offered on our weekend service on the Penn Line. We hope to expand it to other services as we go along. Initially, there will be one car with further cars converted in the future.
That's excellent, Dave.
It has been one of our most requested enhancements to MARC service. And we also want to make it accessible as possible. Again, we are a green alternative to automobiles or other forms of transportation. Bicycles go right hand in hand with that, and we want to extend that option to the bicycle community.
Well, that's excellent. Dave, thank you very much for joining us on the show today.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Coming up next, a look at an MTA holiday exhibit that's sure to be a hit with the entire family this holiday season. Stay with us.
This is Kurt Cronky from the MTA Transit Team. Happy holidays to everyone.
My name is Daniela from Telecommunications Department, and we are wishing you a happy holiday.
This is Buddy Alves. I'm with the Office of Communications and Marketing. Season's greetings and a Happy New Year.
There's an annual MTA holiday attraction that's become a big hit with MTA customers and families throughout the area. It's the Holiday Train Garden exhibit at Mondawmin Metro Station. For some, it's become a rite of passage for ringing in the season. And MTA Director of Rail, Jason Lurs, joins us with information on this year's exciting display. Jason, hello and welcome for the show.
How you doing, Vern?
Please describe what the MTA patrons will see at the Metro Subway Holiday exhibit.
The Metro volunteers and the MTA, we're converting the station into a more festive atmosphere, adding Santa's Place, a train garden that's going to be open to the public in December.
That's exciting. Where will the exhibit be located in the Metro station?
Within the Metro system, we are having the event at the Mondawmin station. It's one of our largest stations for bus. It's a pretty big hub. So within that station, on the mezzanine level, we'll have pictures with Santa, and then we'll have an interactive train garden.
That's going to be exciting. Do patrons have to have a pass or buy a fare to have access to the exhibit?
No, at this point in time, we're kind of relaxing that area, even though the event is on the paid side. All they have to do is talk to the station attendant, and we'll have MTA staff there that'll help ease this transition. Just say that they're here for the event, and then they can just come through.
Oh, that's great. Jason, tell me, how did this exhibit come to be?
This is our 9th year. We've been doing this for 9 years. It started in 2006, where we just had built the train garden. And then each year we add something additional to it. We've been doing pictures for the last 4 years. Last year we renovated the train garden, and we brought television monitors so we can play the old classic Christmas cartoons like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, for one, to keep the kids and the adults entertained while they wait in line.
Oh, those are some definite favorites. Has the MTA ever done anything like this before? And if so, what was the response from the public?
Vern, like I said, this is our 9th year. The first year it was a mild turnout, but with every passing year it just greatly increases. Right now we measure our success based off of pictures, but not everybody gets their pictures taken, but we also measure how many candy canes we hand out. So we started out giving out 100 candy canes. Now we're up to almost 2,000, And pictures, we started out probably around 150, now we're close to 350, 400.
Candy canes are always everyone's favorite. So how long will it take to set this exhibit up?
Every year we start meetings around August after the summer vacations, because this is a volunteer event. We start in August and we start having the preliminary meetings where time frame changes, procurement of the photo paper and the cards, and just scheduling the volunteers. So we start in August and we have monthly meetings. So it's a 4-month event preparing for this every year.
And how long will this exhibit run up through?
We are working on the train garden. The train garden will be active Thanksgiving Day, and it will be open until the first of the year, the new year.
Jason, how many people typically travel through the station each day who might see this exhibit?
Like I said, Mondawmin is one of our largest hubs, therefore it's going to have a high ridership number. So it is one of our largest, so in a given day, it's probably about 15,000 people come through Mondawmin Station.
I understand that Santa will be coming to the exhibit. What's the actual schedule for his appearance?
Yes, Santa and Mrs. Claus will be, as I said before, gracing us with their presence on December 6th at Mondawmin Station from 10 to 2 with free pictures. Santa will be taking pictures with the kids of all ages, and Mrs. Claus will be reading books to the kids that are waiting in line, and toys and candy canes will be given to all.
That's excellent. Is there any plans for Santa to visit any of the other metro stations through this holiday period?
As you can imagine, Santa's very busy this year around this time, so it was just enough for us to get him just for Mondawmin for this one day. So he's not going to be touring any other stations, so that's why we have media out there directing everybody to come to Mondawmin.
Well, that's going to be an exciting and a festive atmosphere at the Mondawmin Station. Jason, I want to thank you for being with us today on the show. Just ahead, a visit from everyone's favorite person, Santa. He joins us in studio next, so stay with us.
I'm Debbie Davis.
And I'm Courtney Bridgers.
And we are from the MTA Administrator's Office.
Wishing you a happy holiday.
Hi, this is Karen Gronberg, and I am wishing all of you a very, very happy holiday.
Hi, this is John Burrell. Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Greetings. I'm Marvin Mason. On behalf of Administrative Training, we wish you happy holidays.
Hi, I'm Ebony.
Hi, I'm Latrice.
Hi, I'm Jean. And we're from MTA Human Resources.
Happy holidays.
Our next guest really needs no introduction. He joins us today to talk about the busy holiday season and his plans and activities for the big day ahead. Please join me in welcoming Santa to MTA Commuter Connections. Santa, welcome. Thank you for coming to the show.
Happy holiday to you.
Oh, Santa. So tell us, how far in advance do you have to plan for the Christmas activities?
Well, we start planning immediately after the holiday. December 26th, we get it all started all over again.
Oh, that is so busy. That is incredible. Tell us, how much help does Santa have?
Santa has plenty of help from all the little elves and the big elves as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. We're wondering, how do you possibly cover all that territory in one night?
Elfin magic.
Of course. Should have realized that, Santa. Santa, tell us, what are children asking for this year? Is there some special toy that the children want?
Well, of course, during this time of year, everything is frozen. The kids want frozen this and frozen that. They just love it.
Okay, all right. Well, have the toy requests changed over the years, or have they pretty much stayed the same?
The toys have pretty much changed because of the electronic age.
Oh, yes, yes.
So a lot of the handheld stuff, they love the electronic stuff.
And the game boxes and
Xbox,
all of the robots and
PlayStation, all of that.
Oh, wow, that's marvelous. Wow. Well, tell us, what is Santa's favorite food?
cookies.
Oh.
Milk and cookies.
Oh, that.
So make sure your kids leave Santa some milk and cookies. Chocolate chip.
We should have known that.
Yes.
We should have known that. What is Santa's favorite TV show if you watch television?
Not a lot of TV, but we like to watch movies. we love Frozen,
Oh.
of course.
Oh, that's
Frosty.
great.
Anything with some ice.
That's excellent. Excellent. Well, tell us, how does Santa get around when there's no snow on the ground?
Well, again, elfin magic.
Oh, well, that's...
The reindeer, they hover just above the ground, so it doesn't matter if there's snow, ice, or just the regular ground.
I see. Santa, as an engineer, I've always been curious how your sleigh flies.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists have speculated that it uses an anti-gravity field propelled by a quantum singularity energy source.
Yes, reindeer power.
Oh, wow. Never studied that in college, but we'll have to learn more about that. Oh, Santa, do you have a favorite reindeer?
Well, they all think they're my favorite. But of course, Rudolph. He lights the way for us, whether it's rain, snow, sleet, or shine.
Of course, of course. Well, with all the busy holiday preparation and the toy work, how do you get time to have a vacation?
Well, actually, I don't. Again, it's not.
Oh, look who we have. It's Mrs. Claus.
Hello.
Thank you. Welcome to our show, Mrs. Claus.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, Mrs. Claus.
Hello, Santa.
Well, tell us about your vacation idea.
Well, Santa responded to one of the questions that things start back up on December the 26th. But Mrs. Claus have a surprise vacation planned for Santa and I.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Mrs. Claus, tell us, is it difficult being married to such a popular and famous guy?
Well, Santa is awesome. And it is a little difficult because I have to share his time with so many other boys and girls around this time of year.
Oh, we understand, yes. So tell us, Mrs. Claus, how do you assist in making the whole Christmas thing happen every year?
Well, one of my main responsibilities is managing Santa's schedule.
Oh, wow. Well, tell us, what does Mrs. Claus like to do in her spare time?
Well, I enjoy spending time with kids, and I also enjoy a little shopping on my free time.
Oh, well, as all misses enjoy the shopping, yes. Well, is there perhaps a favorite getaway spot that you enjoy after all the holiday activities are over?
As I mentioned, I have a surprise vacation plan for Mr. Claus and I. We're going to be headed to the beach.
Oh,
The beach.
that's marvelous. That's marvelous. Wow. Santa, tell me, while we have you here, could I perhaps add a small item to my Christmas list this year?
Sure.
Oh, why, thank you. Well, what I would like is a television, flat screen, perhaps 96 inches big.
We'll think about it.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Santa and Mrs. Claus, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today.
Great.
That brings us to the end of another Commuter Connections program. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Take care and happy holidays.